I never really expected to make this much crazy amount of money from putting videos on the internet. And when I made that video before, I realized that I was interested, and it seems like a lot of other people are interested in like how much money other people, YouTubers, make and how they kind of get to start making money on YouTube. Now, there are certain things your YouTube channel needs to do to get to certain cutoffs before you can actually start earning money from YouTube AdSense. And I also think there are certain things you should do before you have your presence, your internet persona out there on the internet to kind of maximize your potential for doing well monetarily on the internet and doing well kind of in the general scheme of things. There are certain things I think you should think about, like as you start your channel and as you start to grow your channel. In this video, I'm gonna first of all tell you about some other YouTubers and how much money they earn on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you how YouTube decides to pay you and how they decide how much to pay you. And I'm also gonna tell you how you can optimize your channel to make more money. So how much do other YouTubers make on the internet? I remember watching some of these other YouTubers and some of these other creators and thinking, wow, this is actually a possibility. It's a possibility to create a real income from a YouTube channel, and not just a low income, like a crazy high income. It's possible to make a lot of money after making these fun videos on the internet. So how much does the average creator earn from AdSense? So I looked at a couple different YouTubers, and I did not take this information from Social Blade because many creators have said this kind of information is not accurate. I took these numbers directly from creators who speak publicly about how much money they make on YouTube AdSense. Also keep in mind, this money is just from AdSense. A lot of these creators say most of their money doesn't actually just come from AdSense. Most of their money comes from other sources on the internet. So for me, when I was monetized for 2 months and I had 3,000 subscribers, I made about $600. Jimmy Tries the World had about 20,000 subs, and over 2 years, he made $13,000. Catherine Manning had 300,000 subs, and in 1 year, she made $88,000 just from YouTube AdSense. Shelby Church had 1.5 million subs in 2020, and in 2020, she made $169,000 just from AdSense. Now, Ali Abdaal, I think if you watch my channel, you definitely watch Ali Abdaal's channel. And he broke things down really, really nicely in one of his videos from this is from a decent amount of time ago, actually. But in 2017, he had made $0, obviously. In 2018, he had 120,000 subscribers and made $17,000. In 2019, he had 450,000 subscribers and he made $45,000 from YouTube AdSense. And in 2020, he had 1.3 million subscribers and he made $137,000. So one thing to keep in mind is that the subscriber count really doesn't matter. YouTube doesn't pay you based on the subscriber count. They pay you based on the amount of people that actually watch your channel and watch your videos. But the subscriber count does matter a little bit, right? Because those are the people that are following you. Those are the amount of people that are gonna watch your videos kind of every week or every month or every day, however often you post your videos. And an average subscriber to viewer ratio is about 10%. So that means at about 100,000 subscribers, you'll get about 10,000 views per video. But there are no guarantees with this, right? Usually that 10% is like closer to a baseline. Your videos could go way, way higher, but some videos, like some of my videos, can go way, way lower. Okay, so we understand more views usually equals more money, but there are some exceptions. Some videos make like way more money, like 5 times more money with the same amount of views. That doesn't make any sense to me. So how does the YouTube revenue system work? Well, there are 2 things you need to learn about. There's something called CPM and there's something called RPM. RPM is the number that matters. I think it's kind of like the new CPM. RPM is the money you get as the creator per 1,000 views, and CPM is the number advertisers have to pay per 1,000 views. So RPM takes into account YouTube's cut, and that's the money that YouTube is actually gonna pay you. CPM is the amount of money that YouTube gets paid for 1,000 views of your video. And there's a really nice little chart that I'm gonna steal from YouTube that kind of breaks down the difference between RPM and CPM. CPM is usually used for advertisers to look at kind of how much they're gonna have to pay to advertise on a video, and RPM is for us, for the creators, to see how much we're gonna make from this video. Now, if we go to one of my videos, you can see that the amount of money that I'm making from RPM is about 1/3 of the CPM. That means if $9 is made for every 1,000 viewers that watch my video, I'm only getting about 3 of those dollars. That means 1, YouTube's taking a decent chunk, and 2, there are a bunch of non-monetized views. Now, this is a solid chunk of the income, right? Do I wish it was less? Yes. Do I have a choice? No. I also don't want to be involved in all of the organizing, the legal ring around the rosy, the kind of making sure the platform of YouTube is okay for advertisers and headaches around finding and working with advertisers. No, I don't want to be involved with that. Now, I thought I'd only be getting about $1 per 1,000 views, but from kind of my statistics, it seems I'm making about $3 per 1,000 views, which is pretty good. The rate is still higher than I thought it would be. But what contributes to the amount of money that you're actually making from these YouTube videos? What contributes to this RPM? Now, there are a couple different ad types which YouTube will run on your videos for you to make money from. And the type of advertisement that makes my channel the most money are these advertisements called skippable ads. And skippable ads are kind of the videos that we all see, right? These ads that pop up that say after 5 seconds you can click to skip. And there are also things like bumper ads, non-skippable video ads, display ads, and then other stuff. For example, the bumper ads are the things on the videos that pop up kind of as the videos are going from the bottom. Now, in general, I usually enable all of these advertisements on my videos. My feeling is that most people who watch kind of YouTube videos are kind of used to ads. They know the way the ads works. They'll skip the videos, they'll hit the X, and they'll only see something and click on something if it like really appeals to them. I think YouTube does a pretty good job of actually walking the line between putting too much advertising on your videos and putting not enough. There are times though when I think YouTube puts too many ads on my videos, and I find this particularly relevant on videos that are like my study with me videos. Because a lot of times on my study with me videos, the highest portion of the viewers that kind of stay watching the video are in the very beginning. So YouTube likes to put like 10 ads on the first kind of 10 minutes of my 4-hour or 5-hour video. And that is really, really not good for the viewer, right? I would not want to click on that video. I wouldn't want to watch that video. So what I actually do on videos like this, like for example, I just posted a study with me video, is I'll actually place the advertisements, the mid-roll breaks, at kind of the breaks. That way, when you're studying, these kind of advertisements won't pop up. And I think this is important to think about when you're posting ads on your videos, because you don't want to interrupt like a pivotal part of your video with an annoying advertisement. Okay, so we know where the money on YouTube is coming from, and we know how you get paid as a creator on YouTube. Now, how do we actually maximize this payment? If we can learn more about like why certain videos are doing better and worse monetarily, we can kind of figure out how to adjust our videos to make more money on YouTube. So certain videos on YouTube actually make more money than other videos. Well, why is this? Well, it comes down to a couple of things. One important thing, the kind of main thing the money comes from, is ads, right? Well, the way ads appear on your videos is companies will bid or pay a certain amount of dollars per 1,000 views on your videos to advertise on those videos. And some things they like to think about when bidding more or less money is the demographics of your people that watch your channel. What age are they? What gender are they? And another thing they think about is, what is the genre of the video you're making? Is it about studying? Is it about exercising? Is it about a music video? Is it a joke video? So the company that pays the most per 1,000 views will win the bidding war and get to advertise on your video. So if your video meets like a popular demographic, like for example, 18 to 24 college students studying, then it will probably get a bigger CPM, right? Because a bunch of companies are competing to advertise on your channel. So if we look at 2 of my videos to kind of figure this out, let's look at my MCAT video, which I talk about how I scored like pretty well on the MCAT, and we'll talk about my other video, which is my joke video about morning routine. So for RPM, so the money I make per 1,000 views on the video, for my MCAT video, I earn about $10 per 1,000 views. Now that is a crazy, crazy high RPM. But for my ultimate morning routine parody video, I only earn about $1.9 per 1,000 views. But this makes sense to me, right? Because advertisers for MCAT books and study guides and study courses like Kaplan and stuff like that really, really, really want to advertise on this channel or on this video that are posting these MCAT study like tips and techniques and stuff like that. So advertisers have a much higher chance of selling their MCAT prep materials on the video about how to study for the MCAT than they would be able to on kind of the joke video. There aren't that many advertisers that want to advertise on the joke video. There's nothing specifically centered around this joke video that certain companies probably will want to advertise for. So if the only reason I was on YouTube was to make money on YouTube, I would just pump out tons of MCAT videos like how to do the best on the MCAT, blah, 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 blah. But that's not really the reason I'm on YouTube. Also, I really never want to think about the MCAT like ever again. And I've been following kind of a mantra, I guess you could say, for making videos on the internet. And I think it's a mantra that I'm going to follow kind of for the rest of my YouTube career and internet career. I only make videos that I enjoy making and that provide value or help someone. That's it. I also want to make sure I do that consistently. Now, I think there are certain videos and actually video types that end up making more money on YouTube than other videos. If you're interested in some like specific video ideas and specific content for videos for YouTube to make more money, I actually talk way more about that on a video I just posted on Nebula. What is Nebula? Well, it's a streaming service that I'm like building with a bunch of my creator friends. And on Nebula, we can like create content and try new things that might not always do so well on YouTube. On Nebula, you'll get my content ad-free and early and with extra little things. Like for example, in this video, I'll be including on Nebula specific video ideas and content general categories you should think about when you make your videos for YouTube if you want those videos to make more money. So what does that have to do with CuriosityStream? What does that have to do with the sponsor of this video? Well, CuriosityStream is so cool and they love kind of supporting the creators and the people building these kind of things so much that you'll actually get full access to Nebula when you sign up for CuriosityStream using my link completely free. So in addition to ad-free content from creators like me, Ali Abdaal, Marquez Brownlee, and Thomas Frank, you'll also get access to like really cool documentaries on the internet, one of which I just watched was called Spitfire, and it was really cool. Now, Spitfire you find on this CuriosityStream, this documentary service. So what is CuriosityStream? Well, CuriosityStream is a great documentary service that you can watch documentaries on things like World War II Spitfire planes. So why is this streaming service something that I use? Why is this streaming service something that I think is good? So personally, when I watch TV, I'm trying to watch less kind of fluff and more kind of good stuff like documentaries. And CuriosityStream has a never-ending stream of great documentaries. And the most recent one I watched was Spitfire, and it was really, really cool. It like felt like a movie. There were people talking about the pilots and how these planes kind of saved the day for World War II. I remember painting those little Spitfire model planes as a kid, and now I finally got to learn like the history behind the Spitfire planes and like why they were so important in World War II. And if you do end up getting a subscription for CuriosityStream, I would definitely watch this Spitfire documentary first because I think it is really well done. Finally, in my opinion, the cost is pretty reasonable. It's $20 for an entire year of access. And using my link, it's even more reasonable at around $15 a year. And that's not $15 a month, that's $15 a year for access to thousands of documentaries. And when you sign up for a CuriosityStream using my link, you will not only be helping me, because clicking that link really, really does help me a lot, but also like the entire educational community, creator community, because Nebula and CuriosityStream are working on something really, really cool. And remember, when you sign up using that link, it's not only the CuriosityStream access, it's also Nebula access. So yeah, if you're interested in that, please go to the link down below and check it out. But yeah, thank you all kind of so much for watching my videos and supporting me through this kind of YouTube journey. And let's get back to the video. Okay, so we know where all the money on YouTube comes from, how people get paid, why people get paid more. Now you want to start your YouTube channel, you want to start earning money on YouTube. What are the bare minimum? How do you start earning money from YouTube AdSense? So to earn money on YouTube, at the moment, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Now I have a video on how I think you should target these first 1,000 subscribers, and I'll link that somewhere up here. So it took me 150 days and 22 videos to reach 1,000 subscribers. And this was the hardest grind there was. It really was hard to pump out a video every week, especially when a video would get like maybe 10, 20, 100, or 200 views and like 2 comments. Really, no one was watching it other than my family and friends. And it was like kind of like, why am I putting all this work into these videos? At least that's what it felt like. Sure, it was fun filming it and stuff like that, and all the work that went into it was kind of cool. But then you kind of finally hit that upload button and you'd be like 10 views, 100 views. And like, is this worth it? I don't really know. But I just told myself, listen, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I kind of committed to this. I'm gonna keep with my commitment. The hardest grind is 0 to 1,000 subs. Really, I think that's the hardest grind. 1 to 10,000 subscribers was pretty simple. 10,000 to 100 subscribers was really easy. Even the 100,000 to 200,000 that I'm kind of going through right now hasn't required as much effort as that first kind of 22 videos did. That's because I have the support of all you guys now, right? It's kind of become a real thing. I have this kind of external pressure and also internal pressure to kind of keep creating videos and keep creating good content. And I've gotten money from YouTube, right? So I can spend more money on gear that makes it easier to make these videos. But the first 1,000 subscribers is hard for a reason. This is where most people quit. This is where most people give up. But you have to believe in yourself here. You have to believe that you are putting out good content. You have to believe that you're putting out new and exciting stuff that you would watch. Believe that, post the best content you can post, and post that content consistently, and you will reach 1,000, 10,000 subscribers, I promise. And then you've hit those requirements, the requirements that it it takes to earn money on the internet. So some final quick things to optimize your earnings on YouTube. First of all, just don't make sexually explicit content, don't use stolen content, and don't include videos with self-injury. These are kind of the three major things that are kind of get you just kicked off YouTube. Like your videos will just be banned, your channel will be banned, you'll be gone. Now, in regards to monetization, if you want to kind of finagle with it a little bit, the best way to make more money on your videos is make your videos child friendly, so someone under 18 could watch them, make them original, and make them longer than 8 minutes. I think you know this, but a large portion of the people that watch YouTube are children and kids. If your videos don't have cursing and they don't have kind of explicit content, YouTube will show these videos to children. And when they show these videos to children, there are advertisements on these videos. But when you have like cursing or like explicit content and stuff like that, YouTube won't show these videos to children, so you're missing out on a kind of a huge chunk of advertisements. But this is not something that's necessarily bad, right? I think it's more important to make videos that are fun. And if you want to curse in them, or you want to show some explicit content because it's true to kind of the image or creation or type of video you're trying to make, then you should do that. It's okay that you're cutting out this portion of viewers, because you're going to be cutting out portions of viewers anyway that just don't agree with you or don't like your content. And that's just the way of the internet. But luckily there are tons and tons of people on the internet, so some people will find you. And finally, that 8-minute thing that I said that because 8-minute is the cutoff that YouTube can place mid-roll advertisements. And if you have 2 advertisements on a video, you're going to earn more money than you do if you have 1 advertisement on a video. So the strategies I laid out make it easier for YouTube to advertise on your channel. Okay, so that is really the main chunk, the really good primer, I think, on learning about making money on YouTube and kind of where these numbers come from on YouTube. But I want to just put a quick kind of double extra bonus section here on kind of things you should think about when you're making your YouTube channel, so when the time comes, you can start making money from like kind of other sources on the internet. Now, I'll be making an entire video on this, on kind of how to make money on the internet, but for now, I think you should have a few things going, a few things ready for when you start to make money on the internet, for when your presence on the internet begins to be known. YouTube AdSense isn't the end-all be-all for earning money on YouTube and the internet. A lot of creators earn most of their money not from YouTube AdSense, but of other things connected to their YouTube channel. The great thing about YouTube is it's the second most used search bar in the world. It's an amazing way to put your content, your platform out there. If you deliver content, good content consistently, if you deliver value, the world will pay you back. As you grow your audience, a lot of people will follow you beyond YouTube. For example, I started a website, a newsletter, a Twitter, and an Instagram. And on my website, I have about 10,000 monthly visitors. On my newsletter, I have about 2K weekly readers. On my Instagram, I have nearly 9,000 followers now. And on my Twitter, I have 1,000 followers. And these are all people that just kind of want to get to know me more, want to follow me more on these different sources. And what this allows me to do is generate income from these different sources, right? Because if people are following me on these different parts of the internet, then different parts of the internet will pay me, right? Now, I'm not generating anything really comparable to the amount of money I'm generating from YouTube yet, but I want to kind of have these things going. I want to have these things ready to go in case that happens in the future. And also, it's just a good way to kind of connect with the followers and the people that have kind of been following me through YouTube. Like on my YouTube comments, I can't respond to all the YouTube comments because there's too much. On Instagram, I do get a decent amount of messages, but I'll respond to more of my Instagram messages than I do YouTube comments. On Twitter, I respond to kind of pretty much all the tweets that come at me just because I think I've been tweeted at like 5 times on Twitter. And then for my email, I get a good amount of emails again, but I respond to even more of those emails than I do Instagram messages because those are kind of less substantial than the Instagram. Like again, Ali Abdaal released his income for 2020 and he made over $1 million on YouTube, but only 20% of that was from YouTube AdSense. He made the rest of his money from like online courses and sponsorships and affiliate marketing. Again, I will be making an entirely different video on like how to start earning money on the internet and all the sources you can earn money from on the internet. But you want to be thinking about getting these streams ready, getting these different sources ready when you start your channel. Start a website, start an Instagram, start a newsletter, just have these things going, because I also have these things as a backup, right? It's kind of like diversifying your portfolio on the stock market. If YouTube for some reason blows up, well then I'll still have my followers on my newsletter, I'll still have my Instagram followers, and I'll still have a place where I can send these people if it all goes down for some reason. But that is it. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you on the next one.